Thank you for coming to our Memorial Day program today. My name is Kevin Malsbury. I will be your MC. We will start with a presentation of the flags and the playing of the national anthem. So if you'll please rise, remove your caps. Present arms. Order arms. Okay. Order arms. We will now have our invocation by Reverend Chris Burnett.
On this Memorial Day, we come before the Creator of humankind to remember those who bravely served our country and gave their lives as a result of their service. Will you pray with me, please? God, we ask your blessing upon the souls of the good men and women who gave their last breath in defense of our nation, our freedom, and our children's future. We also ask you to bless everyone gathered here today and grant us the strength to rise to the challenges of our time and meet them in full faith that you will always be with us. May we lift you up in all that we think, say, and do, today and every day. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor. We will now have our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to this nation, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We will now have our Armed Forces salute. You may be seated. But when your song is played, please stand up.
Army. Marines. Navy. Air Force. Coast Guard.
Thank you, band. We will now have the placing of our memorial wreaths. First, it will be the Grand Army of the Republic, Sharon Amdahl. Daughters of the Grand Army, Tom Easter. Spanish-American War, Carol Hemmen. Spanish-American War Auxiliary, Kara Amdahl. World War I, Kenny Krapp. World War I Auxiliary, Donna Alt. World War II, Lisa Easter. World War II Auxiliary, Barb Runberg. Korean War, Brian Runberg. Vietnam War, Helen Krapp. Gold Star Mothers, Mary Myers. Unknown Soldier, Carol Escheid. MIA POW, Rachel Malsbury. Desert Storm Conflict, Lisa Malsbury. Iowa National Guard, Nelda Rash. Operation Iraqi Freedom, Maggie Bodie. Operation Enduring Freedom, Commander Bonnie Strucker. Thank you all. We will now have our speaker, Reverend Chris Burnett.
There are days in each and every one of our lives that stand out to us, that we hold near and dear in our hearts. They're special. They have extra meaning. When we experience that day, we might have said, well, this is a red letter day, huh? Or, this is a day to remember. Memories, remembering, they're a gift. They're important. This day, this Memorial Day 2023, is a day to remember. A day to remember those who have served in our armed forces, who have given their lives in service to our country. They never came home. Some are buried here in cemeteries across our nation. Some are buried across and around the world. Wherever they are, we lift them up this day in remembrance of the sacrifice that they made on our behalf. Before we go about the rest of our day, whatever you have planned, whatever you might be doing, you have taken the time, we have taken the time to gather here to remember. Some of those who we remember today, we knew by name. We've heard the stories. Yet there are many, many more whose names we will never know. They wouldn't want us to draw attention to them personally. That isn't what they fought and died for. They fought and died for something much bigger, much greater than themselves. It's what they did that is important. It's what they did that we should lift up and give thanks to God for. We lift them all up this day with thanksgiving and appreciation. It's important for us to remember as we go about this Memorial Day that this day is not about us. But in a way it is, isn't it? For their sacrifice, what they did in service to our country and to us, has affected the lives that we lead today, each and every one of us. They've touched our lives in ways too numerous to remember, to mention. Imagine, if you will, for a moment, how our lives and the life of our nation, our collective life together, might be different without their sacrifices. Yes, we are the beneficiaries of their service and their sacrifice. Today is a day that we set aside to remember the sacrifices of those who have lost their lives in service to us, our country. Remembering is important. Memories are important. A Romanian-born American writer, professor, political activist, Nobel laureate, and Holocaust survivor, Elie Wiesel said this about memory. Without memory, there is no culture. There would be no civilization, no society, no future. We have a future because of the sacrifice of those men and women who gave their lives in service to us. The late President John F. Kennedy said this in a memorial address, something that we should always remember. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. May we always strive to do that, gratefully, not just on this Memorial Day, but each and every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor. We will now have the Algona Band with the Stars and Stripes Forever. Thank you, band. We will now have our roll call of flags. First dedication is Keith A. Brandt, United States Air Force, Vietnam. Dwight G. Cook, U.S. Army, Korean conflict. Wendell Engelbretson, U.S. Army, Korean conflict. Larry Lenz, U.S. Army, peacetime. Charles L. Finnegan, United States Navy, Vietnam War. Donald H. Reefer, United States Air Force, peacetime. Michael T. Moe, United States Navy, Iraq. Kenneth J. Tilges, United States Army, peacetime. Lyle Kuiper, United States Army, Korean conflict. Stephen R. Schaefer, United States Army, Vietnam War. Harold J. E. Peter, United States Coast Guard, World War II. Thomas E. Cogdell II, United States Army, Vietnam War. Firing detail, prepare to salute these veterans. Thank you. We will now have our benediction. Reverend.
We have come together this morning to pay tribute to those who lost their lives defending our nation. May their souls live on in God's gracious presence. May they experience the full measure of God's love and mercy. And may God guide us as we go from this place and make us worthy of the sacrifices from which we have benefited, never forgetting how blessed we truly are as a nation, as a people, and as God's children. Go in peace. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor. We will now have our retirement of colors. Once again, I would like you to please stand and remove your caps. Present arms. Order, arms. This concludes our ceremony. I want to thank all of you for being here. A few other people I want to thank. I'd like to thank Mike Schaaf, who puts all these flags together for us and gets us ready. The Algona Band, you did a magnificent job. Thank you. We appreciate it. You can give them a round of applause for that. I'd like to thank Mayor Rick Murphy and Nick Deers for taking time out of their day to bring up this sound system for us. That is a definite help. Pastor Burnett, thank you for joining us this morning and today, later this morning. Lisa Baker and Pharmacists Mutual for the printing of these programs. And most of all, thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. We really do appreciate it. Thank you. We're done.